Hi everyone.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our podcast. The problem is not the real problem.
So what is the problem today?
Today's problem is, have you ever been feeling lost? Have you ever been feeling like you just don't know what to do, what's good for you or what not? So today we are going to discuss about about feeling lost.
You know what? I totally can relate to this.
Me too.
Yes, and in fact, right, it's quite recent that I was feeling lost.
Okay.
And obviously, sometimes when you're at that stage of being lost, you just don't want to admit it.
True.
And you just want to keep a lot of things within. And sometimes it may get worse.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think everybody has been, has ever felt this way before.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think as we grow older, there bound to be a moment where you just don't know what to do and don't know whether if you are going to make a decision that whether is it good for you or not.
Sometimes it's almost like a certain so-called milestone in your life that and sometimes I actually call it like every decade you will have this sense like, oh, what should I do?
It's like maybe like midlife crisis.
In your 20s, when you're 20, you will feel like, oh, I'm gonna become an adult. What should I do? What's next? In your 30, you're probably, oh, am I going to form a family already? It's family planning time. What's next? And my career, what's next? In your 40s, you'll be like, oh, I'm only left with like how many more years to push myself in my career. But at the same time, I think I'm kind of tired. What else should I do? Should I do a jump in, do something totally different? So that's why I feel that it's almost every decade you will feel this way.
There's a different set of lost feeling.
Yes. And recently, I actually had that feeling.
Why?
Why? That's a very good question. You kind of felt that, hey, there's so many things I want to do. Yeah, hear me clearly. There's so many things I want to do. But yet, I'm not feeling that I am achieving any of those. And I start to feel like spiraling downward.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, and it seems like, I'm not very good at this. I'm not good at that. You know what's the big problem here?
What?
It's a lot of talking down at myself. But at the same time, I'm also trying to push myself up and say, hey, stop doing that. The difference for me, right, now being so a lot more aware about, self-awareness and all those stuff. And as compared to probably years ago, probably then it will be a lot more difficult. I'll probably keep spiraling down. Or maybe ignore the feeling that I have, but keep doing what I'm doing just for survival. But right now, it is not. Right now, I will identify some negative thoughts that is coming in, and I try to stop that. But of course, then I'll try to ask myself, so what's the solution? Yeah.
So it's like you are getting more aware of how you really feel.
Correct.
And you start to make adjustment while you are feeling lost.
Yes. It's so important. And also, it's also very important. Right now, I think I'm in a very good state whereby I feel I have direction. I have goal, what I need to do, what I want to do. And all this, right, all this direction and all those things, I can feel very strongly it's not coming from myself.
How so?
It is really, I felt like there's a direction. Like, I put it this way, I feel that universe really directed me. Because, it's like manifestation, right? So how you're going to manifest things is you need to let go. You need to present your wish, present your request, and let go. So I think for the period that so-called I was lost, right, I didn't let go. I keep having this emotion about, oh, okay, what if, I'm seeing all those problems that, I'm facing, and so I need this, I need that. So the needs in the life, in the daily life, it will always catch up with you. But the moment when I choose to say, the magic came when I said this. I said, well, universe, tell me and show me what I need to do to make my life better, to create a success from where I am now to reach my goal. The magic just happened. And I didn't feel the attachment to it. I didn't feel the attachment to the outcome. But I just felt how it will feel like when I am there at where my goal is. How would that feeling feels like? That's all I did.
I think what you are going through, trying to adjust your inner fear, I think what you're doing right here is what we used to tell everyone.
Yes.
We all can manifest the kind of things that we want or the kind of lifestyle that we want. So it's a matter of you set that wish. Set off that wish list and just, get it all out to the universe and believe that it's going to happen.
And something that I really consciously make an effort in adjusting is not to use wrong words.
True.
Because all this time that we're doing affirmation, and doing connection with universe. So I understand that universe do not take no, or do not understand the meaning of no or negative in your sentence. So you need to be very careful when you phrase things. So when you say things like, oh, universe, I don't want to be poor. Cannot hear I don't want, can only hear poor. Oh, so you want to be poor. Okay, you shall be poor. So instead of saying I don't want to be poor, I will say I am abundance. I am because I feel it. I can see it. I can see what's in my bank. I can see what's in my pocket. I can see how I feel, the feeling. I can see the lifestyle that I have. I walk into lavish places or a place that I love to eat at, and without looking through the menu and see, oh, how much is this? I'm not saying that, this is how feeling abundance must feel like, all right? But it's just, at least you don't need to feel that I need to spend that $1 wisely. There's a difference. That is really a huge difference. When you want to buy a snack, but then you think about, that's going to be another $5. The chip is so expensive, it's $5. Maybe I should buy something that is $2 instead. You don't need to think that way.
And I think for this topic, manifestation, right? I think we can do a whole
new topic.
Based on that.
Episode on that.
Correct. And I'm sure that a lot of people will benefit from this because it happened to both of us
all the time.
Correct. Yes. So I think back to the
feeling lost.
Feeling lost. It's a very real feeling. Right. So how do we overcome the feeling of loss? I think this is where most people will they just don't know what to do. Right.
I think very important, right, is you don't keep everything to yourself. But that doesn't mean you need to amplify and tell everybody, okay? You need to go with for me, that's what I did. I went with my intuition, the inner feeling, and speak to someone I feel that I trust and I can talk to, who will understand and not start to criticize. There are some people who will tell you that you should have done this in your life, you shouldn't have done this in your life. So I don't need that. People who are lost really don't need that. We don't need people to tell us what you should and should not have done. We don't need to know about the past. We need to know how to move forward. So what I did was, I spoke to Crystal, just feeling, and I didn't really say much because I don't really, when you're at loss, right? Sometimes you don't really want to acknowledge the feeling.
Yeah.
Because you feel like a loser. So I had that. I didn't want to acknowledge that feeling much. But if you're speaking to the right person, you will start to open up and feel and share how you really feel.
Yeah.
And then that's where, right, the person will start to talk to you because it just so happened, or it is planned to be the right person to talk to you. To tell you, hey, the only thing that you need to do now is within. You need to speak to yourself, feel right about yourself. You're not lousy, you're not worthless, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time is really us making ourselves lost and staying at the ground where we are lost and not willing to find, not willing to walk up, walk out, walk back to find the direction, how to get out. So that's the worst thing. If you choose to stay at where you are and you already know you're lost, but you still choose to stay at where you are. Can you imagine that if you are lost in a desert, so the chances of you dying to stay at that spot is 100%. Yeah. But the chances of you dying or your survival, if you choose to walk forward and see what's out there. You have
what's
that 1%,
what's
2%,
possible
yeah,
ahead of you.
There is a survival chance, right? Or maybe somebody will pick you up. So there is always this, you need to see that kind of hope.
True. I will just share a little bit about the moment when I was feeling lost, right? I think it was also quite recent, because I feel like I'm in a state where I just feel that what's next, and I just trying to explore what other things that I can do, like me being adventurous in a way that I like to challenge myself, but I just feel that I just don't feel right. I just feel that whatever things that my thinking, my decision, I just lost. I just don't know what to do, what's good for me or not. So then how do I get out of it, right? I actually okay, it's quite a funny way, to get out of it. I actually went to the library. Okay, so I went to the library. I was trying to pass my time. So then I was thinking like what kind of book should I read. Then I
Chance upon a book, right?
yeah. So I actually said, universe, I know that I need to read something, but I don't know what I should be reading. So I say, I leave it to you. The book that pops up to me is the book that I need to read. Yeah. So then I was just browsing, and all of a sudden there was this very, very small, thin book just pop out, right in front of my eye. And the moment I pull it out, it says attract wealth. So I was like, wow, okay, so you want me to, read this. Okay, fine. So I was reading through, and it changed my mind and literally pulled me out of that feeling lost state. Yeah. And after reading, the whole book, I basically finished it within 2 hours. And that 2 hours is like, brainwashing me, pulling me out of that lost state. Yeah. So after that 2 hours, I just feel like I'm so pumped. I feel that, there is so much possibility that, I can take on.
What is the book? You need to tell us.
Okay, so it's actually a book by Joseph Murphy. So he this book is about attract wealth. Okay, the title. Yeah, but he has another he has a full series. Yeah, about how do you manifest things. Yeah. So which then I also share the same book with you, right? And I just feel that universe has its own way to help you, when you're in the moment of loss.
Yes.
You just if you don't want to communicate with friends or whoever, just say it out to the universe. Say, I don't know what to do now. Show me the way, like what you did. Yeah. So likewise, I also seek for guidance. I say, I leave it to you. You just show me what I should be reading. And there pop up this book. And after reading, my mindset has changed. And I literally feel so confident in whatever things that I'm doing. Yeah. So I also adopt the same approach that I learned from the book for all the things that is happening in my life. Yeah. So it really
It really sums down to, I was reading that book as well, and also my recent encounter, right? I feel it really sums down to your mind. Your mind is so powerful to control.
Correct.
You can control yourself or you can empower yourself. Control yourself as in the good way or the bad way. But many times, right, we use the word control, it is not very good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lot of enforcing. But we are not looking at enforcement, we're looking at empowerment. So you need to empower your mind.
Yeah.
Empower your mind to teach you or to guide you to do the right things in life. Even if you're not sure what is right, what is wrong in life, honestly, nobody really exactly know what is right or wrong. You just go with your intuition, just feel. To me now, right, I really go with a lot of how I feel. Something I want to do, does it give me the peace? Does it make me feel uncomfortable? If it's uncomfortable, why?
Yeah.
So if I choose to do this when it is uncomfortable, what is going to happen to me? And I'll be like, okay, not worth going. Not worth doing.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Correct.
Really.
I think what you are sharing right here, right now, is that whenever we feel something, whether it's let's say it's a negative emotion, you're just feeling nervous, you're feeling afraid, you have so much anxiety over certain issue. That's where you need to go inwards and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Like, if I were to make this decision with this kind of emotions, does it going to help me in the long run? So, the problem here is actually not the real problem.
No.
You just need to go inwards and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way?
And I think the very important thing is, right, don't make any hasty decision. So taking that few moments, that few seconds of step back, wait, take a deep breath. Why am I feeling this way? Acknowledge that feeling.
Yeah.
Is it the right time to make a decision now? No. Is it something that is very urgent? You must say a yes or a no. If it's not, just hold on. Really.
Yeah.
Even if you make a decision tomorrow, it's still better.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It's like when you're angry, you're feeling anxiety and feeling very angry, and you make a decision or you say something.
Yeah.
Usually, this is the moment we regret saying whatever we said.
True.
So I always feel it's important to step back, digest, and acknowledge that feeling. You are not that feeling. You must understand the feeling doesn't define who you are. It is just that moment. It just came out.
Yeah.
So be it. Acknowledge it and let it move out.
Yeah.
So feeling lost, similar. It doesn't define who you are. Okay? But don't let that control you and stay at ground zero. Because nothing is going to happen. And you must acknowledge that for yourself. You must accept that you are not someone who is lost. You're not made to be lost. We are all made with a purpose. Okay? So like now you're like, oh, you're telling me you're all made a purpose. What purpose do we have in life? Your purpose does not need to be that you need to be a CEO of this company and that company. Not everyone needs to be. But you need to be the CEO of your own life.
Yeah. True. And I think the logic approach is, just ask yourself, why are you feeling this way?
Yeah.
What is the real problem behind all these feelings?
When I was feeling lost, right, the problem was because I felt that I'm not providing enough. That was really the real problem. rather than, I'm feeling like, I feel that I'm insignificant. All this kind of thing came about a lot.
Different genre of feeling lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I realized, right, if I really track back, and I realized the real problem is because I felt that I wasn't providing enough. So then I look at it. So what is the provision that I really need to give to the family? So then from there, I just take it out. Okay, this is luxury. This is necessity. This is a want. This is a need. So which is the most important thing? Let's get this done through. Then you just feel that actually it is not a big problem.
True.
It's resolvable.
Identify the real problem.
Yeah.
And then step by step, you just, filter all the issues. And at the end of the day, you realize that, hey, it's actually nothing much.
Dissect it into bite size. Then from there, when you eat your food, you need to chew, right? So similar, okay? Dissect into bite size and resolve it one by one.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to take that step.
Yes.
Be afraid if you are staying in the same space, feeling lost, and not wanting to do anything about it.
Yes. And I think if you come across this podcast, right, it is also a sign that, you are meant to hear this and, perhaps learn a tips or two from us. Yeah.
We are just like you.
Yeah, we are just like you.
So we go through things as well, but it's just that we take it further to address it. And we address it and we share for the good of everyone.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, what we want to achieve and what we also want you to achieve is to have that inner peace.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So today we have a very good discussion and look forward to our next episode.
Okay, so you can find us on various platforms. We are on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. So this is our social media handle.
That's right.
So just key in this handle and you can find us.
And Blogspot as well.
Yes. So that's all for today. And thank you for listening and hear from us in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.